Hello, everybody, and welcome in. It is Wednesday to 7 o'clock. We are your Woman Crush Wednesday podcast for everything sports related. We are the A team. I am Amber.
And I am Amanda. Hi, everybody.
Come in. How you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing great. Had first week of UFL football. That's very exciting, and got to watch a lot of football all weekend. I can't, that lag time that's in between when the NFL stops till UFL season starts is just agony.
Yeah, but the window is shrinking, and I think some of the kinks will be worked out with UFL as the years pass. And you never know. It might just be a week or two of no football, and then we kick off with spring football in the UFL. With that being said, did you enjoy the games? I know you did. Go ahead, rub it in.
Of course I did. There was quite a few shockers, I must say.
Yeah.
From this weekend. You want to kind of break them down real quick, or do you want to do? I don't want to do week 2 till after we break down the week.
Right, for sure. I will say my big highlight of the entire week 1 was the first historic 4-point field goal at 60 yards made by Mr. McLean. I thought that was awesome.
That was pretty cool to see. I'm like, the thought of kicking that far is just
right. And we also had the first pick 6 of the season. So, I mean, I think that
no more tush push. No more tush push. Let's make it very clear, everyone, that it's not a tush push. It's called a quarterback sneak. Yes. Quarterback sneak. We had to remind Mr. Coach Harris of that during the Battlehawk game a few times. But I believe that is the first win, or first loss, I should say, for DC here in the Battle Dome.
Yeah. And it was also the first loss with the Houston-Dallas rivalry in its UFL history, even the XFL history. So Renegades got to walk away with the big W in their new stadium, which, to be very honest, was not a big fan of. I'm surprised that they allowed people to still utilize the facility with half of the renovations going on.
Okay. So let's back it up.
Right.
Okay. So, Amber, you are part of something that they call the Predator couple. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you are always front row center for these events when you go.
I love these games.
So explain to me how the tailgating thing went from tailgating till the time you walked in and your experience.
We showed up. So we road tripped with Joker Wild and Mr. Predator. And then we had met up with the Banditos. Marco and his crew are always phenomenal hosts. Shout out to them for their tailgate. They are exceptionally amazing, and I always enjoy seeing them. There were a few guest appearances by some of the Brahma individuals that no longer have a team. So they came up to support Dallas because, it's Houston versus everybody, baby. With that being said, it was an amazing tailgate. We had a lot of fun. Everything was fine. A couple of interviews were done. They asked us for pictures, did a couple of little spot videos for people. And then we proceeded to walk in with everybody going for the game, right? Doors open. We're going down there. We're being told that masks are not allowed to go in, which is the same old line that we've been fed year in and year out since 2020 with the XFL. USFL didn't have an issue. It merged to UFL. We had to battle it all over again when we
Mm-hmm.
traveled. And I would think that I understand that the MLS venues change, and I started checking to make sure. And as far as I knew, the venues were good because the Dallas Football Club owns the stadium. It is a Dallas Football Club policy for Toyota Stadium that masks cannot be worn to hide your identity. With that being said, we went to another gate. We came straight in, no issues. They checked to make sure that there was nothing against the rules and we were good to go. So we're sitting down, we've got our masks on. Renegades fans, oh, this is awesome. I love it. It's finally you. We're so glad you're back. Let's take pictures. We're treating the fans, having fun with them, joshing around. And then, of course, we get bogarted by security saying that if we put them back on, that will be escorted off property. And I'm asking where in Toyota Stadium does it say no masks? And they're like, well, it's a Dallas policy. It's Dallas Football Club owns the stadium and it's their policy. And I'm like, yeah, but this is not a Dallas Football Club event. This is a UFL event for the Dallas Renegades.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's irrelevant. It's the stadium policy, and if you put it back on, then so we got harassed a little bit behind it. So we set them up in front of us. Fine. Plenty of people came and saw us and said hello. We got to see the mascot again, and a few of the players, even players from the Renegades that used to be on previous teams, recognized us, came over and gave us, some showed us some love, so to speak. And yeah, so after it was all said and done, Joker Wild was pretty irritated by it and posted social media, tag Rapoli in it. I hope that this is something that gets rectified soon. Meanwhile, I'm looking at all the other stadium, every other stadium, including the soccer stadiums that these other teams are in, are without incident. No masks needed. It's okay. Here's the kicker. The Renegades got that light blue bandana that their mascot is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently, if you're a Renegades fan, that blue bandana is okay to wear. But wait, I thought masks were not allowed. Which way is it, folks?
Mm-hmm.
You're under the age of 13, a full-fledged mask is not a problem. And I was like, well, can I just identify as being a kid? Can I just be a big kid?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, other than that, everything was fun and copacetic. And, we took our lumps with the loss and met the guys out back after the game and told them, look, it's week 1. You're still working some kinks out. It's not a problem. I was later informed by an insider, and I'm not going to reveal my source,
Right.
that a few of the teams that were in the L column did not get to practice on the field the entire week. They were stuck studying game film instead of getting field time. I think that plays a huge part. I don't understand why that's not allowed or why that would be allowed and why these teams are not allowed field time over other teams. Kind of makes you wonder, are they following the WWE Foundation lead and scripting things already?
Yep.
Rapoli has already mentioned that the Battle Hawks are taking it to the end. Are they really going to get there? Or is it just scripted? We'll never know.
Oh. And
Yeah,
that is
with the heavy hitters today, Amanda. Sorry, not sorry.
that is a heavy hitter, that one right there. I was not unfortunately able to go to the game. I was home with Blake, which I am hoping that with this month being Autism Awareness Month, as a lot of you know, that I'm hoping that something will be announced sooner than later. But Yeah, so I was home with him. It can be a little overstimulating, but I did take him to an ambush game, not to change the note real quick.
Nice.
I did take him to an ambush soccer game, and I was honestly mind blown at how amazing he did and all of that. So, yes, what ambush is doing is working. Shout out to them. Yeah, as far as like the Houston things go, that's different. That's different. I
Yeah.
think honestly right now people in Houston are frustrated. And I think that they have every right to feel frustrated. I'm just going to tell you from my observations this week. Obviously, week one, the momentum of week one coming, the excitement of it all, right? You've been hearing nonstop information about UFL, right? I even told you I was playing my game, my tablet, and the UFL ad came up. Okay.
Right.
I have not, other than on my phone, I haven't really seen any commercials. I haven't really seen any postings of advertisements. I haven't seen anything as far as like ticket sales with different things, like percentages. I just feel like it kind of went from being up, 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 up to all of a sudden it's like bringing it back down and then
Okay.
it's going to go, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of, I don't know.
Well,
That's my
and
opinion.
let me go ahead and throw it out there. I don't know what source, and I'm going to try to keep it as professional as possible, but this is a little bit of an editorial. I don't know what source is claiming that there was only 200 tickets sold for the Houston Gamblers game. That's a load of malarkey. Okay? I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to be nice about it. Dude, you're not doing good. Your numbers are not numbering. Your math is not mathing. And I mean, our season ticket sales are way more than that. So when we looked at the stadium at Dallas, half of it was shut down. Okay, I get it. You're doing renovations, right? You got the circle and one side shut down. Why do you
Mm-hmm.
have the cameras on the side where the people are? Why not put the cameras on the opposite side? So you're seeing the fans.
Right.
I didn't understand that aspect of it. And I don't know if the numbers are being bloated, but there was a lot of empty seats there. I will say there was kind of a cool thing where they had some end zone seats where it was like all you can eat and drink on top of your ticket. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of a cool little gimmick that they had going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Murray, I think, was the halftime show for them, and the sound quality was not there. It wasn't in the middle of the field like when it was for the Stallion Kings game. People had to leave their seats and walk all the way around to one side of the stadium, to one corner of the stadium where they had a stage set up in front of an LED board. So, I mean, six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Yeah, there was a halftime show. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Right. Well,
Only knew one.
I heard Nelly was great. But the sound was kind of wonky,
Yeah,
is what I heard in St. Louis too. Um, my favorite was Russell Dickerson. That was my favorite.
really.
Yes, I
Okay.
was. Yes. And I have to say, real quick, going back to the games, because there are a few things that I want to pinpoint that I noticed in some of these games. First of all, kudos and shout out to AJ McCarron for your first win of
Yeah,
being a coach in the UFL, for changing your role with being a coach. So I'm excited for him. He has quite the move in the shockwave. That was impressive with his sideline trying to remain, his composure the whole time. I thought he did really well. Mickens, I have to say, that guy's head is on a swivel. If he literally can see players coming out of different corners of his eyes, and he juked multiple players for first downs that entire game. So huge shout out to him. He's going to be a threat big time.
right.
Big time. I was a little disappointed with Louisville's game, to be honest. I don't know. They just didn't seem to really have it. But again, this is week 1. I always say to myself every week 1, to me, this feels like a scrimmage week, right?
Right.
I feel like week 1 and week 2 are kind of scrimmagey to kind of see what and feel out each team and what they have going on. And then from there, that's when things get a little more serious. But
Well, and I mean, for the Kings to have lost the ball on their first drive,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's those are rookie things. Come on, guys. We get it. Training camp is over with. Week 1 should not be treated as a scrimmage, and yet we're still working out the kinks. And you saw that across a lot of the defense that was going on, and I felt like the offense just it couldn't pick up. It really couldn't. It was like turned over the ball on downs. It was they just ended up the Stallions ended up just going for field goals, just another field goal, and then like you thought that the Stallions scored that touchdown with the 2 minutes, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean I'm not counting McCarron out as a coach because Louisville they turned the ball over on that interception in the next drive, and they sealed the win for Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay,
mean
so
it was
so the
good.
next game I want to go into is the Battlehawks 16 and DC was 10. I have to say right out of the gate, do I think the performance of both of these teams is the performance that will be the rest of the season? Absolutely unequivocally not. I do not. That
Y'all are
team that
welcome,
I
by the way,
saw,
St. Louis.
that team that I saw on, hey, listen, I'll play DC first game out every year in St. Louis, but I have to say, Jordan, first half or first 2 quarters came out, was throwing dimes, literally just getting first downs nonstop. The guy will move, right? And he'll get the ball out pretty quickly. Okay.
Yeah, but the second
Second
quarter
half,
was just
Second half, I don't know what. I mean, I know St. Louis was on fire. And first of all, when you have Peta, big guy Peta, which standing next to him, he's a tank, right?
right. He's huge
He had 7 sacks last year to already having 3 in one game. The
in one
guy is
game.
going to outdo himself this season for sure. But
Right.
Peta is doing great. Silvers, I'm a little concerned about. I know it's week 1. A lot of his passes, in my opinion, were high or overthrown. But in his
He was still
defense,
he was
in
still
his
16 for
defense,
28.
exactly. But in his defense, his wide receivers were not also catching passes that were to the chest. Right out of the gate,
Like you're in the
first
numbers. You're
pass of the game, first possession. What are you doing?
in
Like
the
that.
numbers. He hits the numbers and they're flopping like they got butterfingers and alligator arms all put into one. So when we sit
Mm-hmm.
here and we look at that, you can't necessarily blame Brandon Silvers behind that kind of stuff. But I
Oh,
mean,
no.
regardless, despite all of that, he still threw for almost 200 yards. Like it was what 198, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, y'all are welcome because y'all snapped him up from Houston. So it was. I mean, he's got
you
he's
just had to throw that in there.
yeah, you do. Come on.
Whatever.
Of all the
Um,
teams, you've got to admit, of all the cities in the UFL, that's the city that's just been fighting tooth and nail every season, whether it's a name change, a location change, back to another location, like the merge, all of it. It's just been one step forward, push 2 steps back to a point that they're not going to have anything if they keep it up. But I mean,
right.
back to where the thing that I was trying to figure out was the defenders is like they flipped the script, you know? They had 3 more punts in the second half, interception, a missed field
Sims.
goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here going,
Yep.
mm,
Sims had an interception for an overthrown pass by Jordan. Jordan was sacked multiple times in the second half of the game. And as you could tell by looking at his face when they showed him on TV, why do they do that? Can I just say, the guy is irritated, frustrated, and ready to kick rocks. Okay. but yet you want to put the screen right on his face. Do you think? Like, that's like a test, I swear. A test for them to be
One
not
thing
getting
I
angry.
did think was pretty interesting was the coach hat cam. What'd you think of that? Did you see that?
I did like it. I did like it. But
Right there on the field.
it looked a little ET-ish.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the front, like I like Coach Beck, right? The frontal view was fine, but when they showed it on the field, and I don't know if it's because he's tall that it worked so well, you know what I mean? But it
Right.
worked great. And I
Yeah.
liked hearing him talking, things like that with wearing it. It's just made it more up and close and personal. Um, DC also lost field goals with the
Yes.
doink, okay? So that didn't help them either. Um, I don't know. I'm not used to the no punt rule yet. That's a
Right.
little I wasn't used to that. I'm not going to say whether I like it or don't like it yet because I haven't really given it the full opportunity yet. Um, but it does make fourth down interesting. I will say
Yes.
that. I will say
I'm
that.
liking it because it does change the pace of the game and it kind of puts more pressure on the offense. But when that fourth down comes around, defense is feeling the pressure as well because they know it's not just going to be a punt. So now they're having to work a little bit harder to make sure that it stays in between those sticks, you know?
Well,
And
and you could see DC's frustration towards the end because
you
the
can see
flags
it
were starting
wearing.
to fly, and I'm like, okay, don't revert back to that DC
Right.
because when the flags aren't flying, they're good. It's just, and let's keep in mind, Butler was not playing. Hopefully, he will be back in week 2.
Yeah.
So that'll
Speedy
be
recovery.
interesting too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
St. Louis will go over week 2, but they'll be playing on a Tuesday instead. So we'll get to that.
Right.
Let's go into. Do you want to talk about the Houston game a little bit? You
Yeah.
have
You know what
anything
I
you want
love
to add?
about this
What's
is
that?
this was the highest scoring game all weekend, and both teams scored more than any other team.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Gamblers' loss, that was the second highest scoring points for the week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is. They did get off to a slow start. Now, the Renegades ended up with the first drive and they missed. I mean, how do you miss the field goal on opening drive? You know, I mean, needless to say,
I
the defense
don't
kind of picked up
know.
because they
That was
brought
a
the.
doinker too. I've never heard so many doinks in a one weekend. Yeah, that was a lot of doinks. I want to bring up one point of one thing that I recognize this weekend, and you may or may not like this, Amber. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. So, do you remember Mund? Do you remember Mund?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. From the San Antonio Brahmas, right? Mm-hmm. So his record was very comparable with when Munn played his first game to week 1 with who you have now.
Right.
Okay. And I just was like thinking, and I'm like, who does he remind me of quarterback wise? Because I know this is week 1, but he had quite a few mistakes. No, no offense. But anyway, he did. So I just want to say real quick that he had 227 yards, okay, passing yards. Mund had 159. So what I'm getting at is Mund was 17 for 31. Yours with this game was 19 and 29.
Yep.
Very close. And
So,
I
and
was like,
that's the
he just reminds me, his style reminds me of him. And then I looked up the numbers and I'm like, yeah, they're very
now
close.
let's remember when we look at it essentially, it was for the second half because the only points scored in the first half for the Gamblers was the field goal on the opening drive.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
I got
I
another
don't know what
question
Coach
for you.
Tomlin did, but when he got in that locker room at halftime, he lit a fire under their butts. And I'm glad that he did because Decker went 19 for 29 with 227 yards. John Trey Kirkland hit 100% on his
Mm-hmm.
receptions. Like they finally got the ball to him. He's an amazing wide receiver. I'm hoping that someone's recognizing that and getting ready to utilize him more as an offensive tool to weaponize the gamblers. I think that if they get their synchronicity up, that they'll be able to be a really good combination. I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got. I know
So
that there was a lot of mistakes made. Second half kind of turned it around, and that's what I want people to realize is that it was only for that second half that those numbers came out.
question.
Mm.
After watching that game, okay, did you ask yourself, Perez who? Or did you ask yourself, did Reed read the Spring Kings book?
Well, I mean,
Which one are we picking? Because
Austin
after I
Reed.
watched that game, let me tell you something. After I watched that game, I was thinking more like Perez who?
Yeah,
Who?
I'll be. This was my pun of the game. Austin Reed might be from Dallas, but he's throwing Texas Capital quarterback status.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the Spring King has sprung. Like, where did he go?
Like Tigger. Like Tigger. He is bouncing real high out that stage. I'm sorry, but I just have to say, like, his demeanor, he was literally talking to the teammates nonstop. He was constant, and I did not see one quarterback be like, oh, you played good enough, we can pull you the last 2 minutes.
Right.
Excuse me?
The thing that made me realize that this was going to work for the Renegades was in that second half, coming out of halftime. That 66-yard bomb to Greg Ward was just phenomenal, and it just threw a touchdown. And honestly, I think it just sealed the fate for the Gamblers. It was amazing to see that, regardless of what team. But I mean, the kickoff on the way back was 93 yards for a touchdown. I mean, it was wild. I think that after halftime, the Gamblers started to find their rhythm. It was just fell a little short. However, the numbers that were put up by both of these teams, definitely number one and number two for sure out of the entire league.
Mm-hmm. The Renegades are going to be, and I have to say, the Renegades coach is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite thing of the entire weekend was when he asked the ref what school he went to because he wants to go there. That was my favorite. I was like, yep.
Right.
Yep. He has me at hello. That is the guy right there. I want to bring up a fun fact for you.
Okay.
Did you know with a Battlehawk win, a Stallions win, and an Orlando win, all ties lead back to the Battlehawks are always on top. You know why? Because AJ was a quarterback. Now of the Battlehawks. Now he's the coach, right? Now you got Coach Beck won his first game out. And then you have Ricky Prohl, who was also an offensive coordinator at one point with Coach Beck. And now he's head coach and was with the Rams. So
right.
Speaking
of offensive coordinators,
rat-a-tat-tat-tat on my back.
I think the reason that the Gamblers did so good in the second half was because Coach Sumlin finally took that play call sheet from the offensive quarter line, better known as Price. And I'll be very honest, he's right back at the same crappy offensive plays. Run, pass. Run, pass. I'm sorry, it's not the Texas two-step of football. Offensive coordinator Price. Dude, the price is still wrong, bro. It's on discounted rate. It's on clearance, and it needs to go. I want someone doing what he needs to do.
They're doing the two-step cowboy boogie. That's what they're doing. Two-step cowboy boogie is what they're doing.
All right.
All right, so we'll go into
Go
the
to the
final game
last one.
quick. Yep, Orlando Storm and the Aviators. I have to say, I want to talk about the coaches real quick. Beck,
Yes.
I didn't see a change from his play style from being a quarterback coach till now, or from a Battlehawks coach till now. I didn't
Right.
see not a difference. Not one. I feel like he has the exact same game from both. Now I know he has Donnie Abrams. I know that too. I didn't really see a change in that. Now, with the Aviators coach, on the other hand, I thought he did great week 1. I did.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were skeptical, weren't sure of him, all of that, right? I have to say, he was very intrigued. He was very involved. He was in it. A few questionable things that maybe I would have thought differently on, but that's why I'm not a coach. So, and that's why he's getting paid the big bucks and I'm not. So that's why I think that they are going to be a great team this season. Again, like I said, it feels like scrimmage always week 1 to me, but I think that both of these teams and Dallas definitely going
Right.
to be really really good.
Yeah, for sure. I think these were two of the new cities, the inaugural cities that came into the league with Orlando Storm and
Mhm.
the Columbus Aviators. So
Mhm.
I was glad to see this showdown take place. Um, Again, Aviators, you're welcome for taking Jalen McClendon. I don't know why the Gamblers didn't keep him or lost though, because the man threw 21 for 32 with a total of 212 yards. And Zakondre White, their running back, right? Their running back White, dude, guy's a beast. Not
Mhm.
even mad at it. I will
And
say this
also
third.
DC now not having Roland and Roland now in Orlando.
Yeah,
That was an owie. That's an
yeah,
owie.
it
That's
sure
gonna
was. But
hurt.
this was the third. This was the third game on the opening drive that something foobarred. And whether it was just a dong on a missed field goal, the Aviators got the opening drive and they fumbled the opening kickoff,
Mhm.
which created a quick score for the Storm. And I can't get mad at them for it. Like, opportunities there, yeah, take advantage of it. And I mean, like, that was what, within the first minute, 55 seconds, 60 seconds of the game, something like that. It was a 6-0. I think the touchdowns midway just was not enough to give them what they needed for the comeback that everybody was looking for, and the Storm just took it away. Like, I guess the Aviators couldn't fly through the storm.
Hmm.
Wah wah.
Had some bad weather. So,
Yeah.
before we go into our picks, I was watching NFL Draft. Okay, I
Uh
was watching some of the documentaries they have on there.
right.
Jeremiah Love with Notre Dame. Okay, I want to give him much props and much kudos, and especially with this being Autism Awareness Month, I wanted to share a little something with you all that I did not know if you maybe knew. He is a very high functioning form of autism.
Yep.
And I thought it was really interesting because he used to literally climb the top of door jams. And he asked his mother, "Is it weird that I don't feel emotion?" And she said, "No, you feel emotion." He's like, "No, I really don't." And I just thought that that was his parents and how they were with him speaks so many volumes. And so I wanted to give him a huge shout out. And I thought it was also cool, if you all did not know, that he and his father create comic books. Comic books was really important to him growing up. It was something that he took interest in. And he said he kept very much to himself when he
Mhm.
was younger too. He didn't need to have a lot of people to play with, but being competitive was one of the biggest things he loved. Was he always wanted to be the best kind of like how Michael Jordan was, to be honest.
Right,
And his
right.
dad played on those strings and was like, are you going to let him beat you? Like, are you going to like challenge him to constantly be growing? And it worked for him. So I have to say, definitely give him a share and a follow for sure. Check out his comic books that him and his father have created. It's definitely worth looking at. But good luck to him during the NFL draft, because I know he will be drafted like that for
Oh
sure.
yeah, oh yeah. I think
For
that's
sure.
awesome.
I'm going to have you talk real quick because I'm hearing something from up above that I need to address. So,
You are hearing something. Well, since I'm
yeah,
going to be doing most of
you
the
take it
babbling
away.
here right now, I'm going to give you guys the ins and outs on week 2 with the potential of viewing, because this past week, week 1, it was ESPN Fox, or the other way around, right? We only had the 2. Well, this week there's going to be a third option, guys. So week 2 kickoff times, we're going to start with Arlington and St. Louis um at Arlington. So they're hosting St. Louis. That kickoff's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, guys. Make sure y'all are tuning in for that. Second one, y'all ready? Second one is going to be DC hosting Michigan. Okay. At 4:30 Eastern on Fox. Wait, I don't think I got that right. I didn't get that. It's Dallas now. Yeah, I don't think I got that right. My bad. My bad, folks. My bad. The because I said Michigan. I don't know why I'm saying Michigan. They gave me the wrong information. All I did was put in week 2 schedule for 2026. Let's see if I can update it with 2026 season. My bad. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. Trying to go to UFL to find it, and it's not popping up. But yeah, I think the week 2 is going to have some wonderful stuff, because I know 2 of the teams that won this past week are going to be facing off with each other, and that'll be good. Make sure that you guys are tuning in for their stuff. I know week 2, Sunday, Easter Sunday is definitely one of them, but Friday, week 2, is going to start 8 p.m. It's the DC Defenders at Columbus, the historic Cruise Stadium. My bad. Y'all can catch that on Fox. Okay. Make sure that you're buying your tickets if you're going to be out in that area, because you'll be able to catch all the action Friday, April the 3rd. So this Friday, which will be the first 8 p.m. Eastern time game. And then Saturday night, you get the Kings in Orlando at the Inter & Co Stadium, and that's going to be on ESPN at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. First one's on Fox, second one's on ESPN. Now check this out. The Houston Gamblers will be hosting the Stallions at Shell Energy Stadium. That's their home opener. And it's going to be in another new stadium, guys. Another year, another stadium. What did you expect? That's how Houston rolls, baby. Houston versus everybody. But this will also be the first one hosted on the NFL Network. And they changed the scheduling time from 11 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central, because it will be Easter Sunday. So, guys, go enjoy family time for Easter. Go have fun, and then bring them all to Shell Stadium to catch the Gamblers as they take on the Stallions in Shell Energy Stadium. It's a great venue. I've been there before, went and seen soccer plenty of times. Phenomenal. Y'all are going to have fun with it. Then Tuesday. So you thought it would be a doubleheader on Sunday,
Oh,
but
you're
it's
going over the
Tuesday, April 7th at 8 p.m. So the only change, everything's going to be 8 p.m. Central Time, except for Easter Sunday. They're doing it 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But every game is a different network. You're going to go Fox. You're going to go ESPN. You're going to go NFL Network. And then you're going to go FS1. So make sure that you guys are tuning in, setting your DVRs, all of that happy jazz. And be sure to catch all the fun action that the UFL has to present for the second week. With that
All
being
right.
said, since Amanda's back,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do our picks.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm back
No,
now.
you're perfect. You're
Okay.
good.
All right. So, let's see.
Oh
Who do you
yeah.
got with DC or
Ooh,
Aviators?
before we start with picks, let's remember home opener
Luda.
for the Gamblers,
Mm-hmm.
and in my opinion, the best halftime show in the UFL for a home opener. Luda,
Mm-hmm.
big old Ludacris is going to be in Houston. Make sure you get your tickets at UFL.com. Catch
Mm-hmm.
that halftime show.
I am excited to watch him.
It's going to be a
I
good
am
one.
excited. Mm-hmm. Okay, so who do you got, DC or the Aviators?
I'm going to go DC this time. I know. I know. What about you?
Oh, why do you have to?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Go.
Um, all right. Listen, I'm not going to lose. I'm picking DC because I know.
Well, see, I'm gonna let y'all know. Last week I picked all the losers. This week I'm picking the winners. We're gonna see how it goes.
She be 0-4, and I am 3-1. Oops. Oop, 3 and yeah. You guys get it. 3-1.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go DC on that one. I
Okay.
know the Aviators are new and fresh. McClendon is a great quarterback, but I still think that DC is gonna squeak it by because they've got the experience and they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about game two?
Okay, game 2. We have the Kings or the Storm.
I think the Kings got their saddle a little wet when they took on the Stallions.
Mm-hmm.
But the Storm is coming off a win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Storm. I'm going to go with the Storm. What about you? Am I taking all your picks?
A little bit. Well, you know what? I'm going to go with the Kings this week because,
What?
like I said, sometimes you got to play the game to see what the problems, the kinks, all that yucky in between stuff. And then when you watch the film, you're addressing it. You know what to fix.
So you
then
think they're
you
going to
go
make the necessary adjustments to beat the Storm? Okay. I
Yep,
see
you
you.
go to work. It's called go to work. Mm-hmm.
All right. Go to work.
All right. Stallions and the Gamblers.
I think the Gamblers are going to be motivated to win this one. It's going to be their home opener. It's going to be Luda. Yeah, they're coming off a loss, but I feel like this one's going to give them the win. It's going to be the motivation that they need to really pour it in there. I think that they got the kinks worked out because it was proven in the second half. And so I'm looking forward to Kirkland going 100% on his receptions again. I'm looking forward to seeing what Sumlin's got. If he can keep that play call sheet away from Price, the offensive coordinator, I think they'll be in good company.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm going with the Stallions, according to AJ. I don't even know how he did it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going with the Stallions. I really am. I'm really rooting for him because I think that he can do it.
AJ. Oh.
No.
All right,
I
Next
just
game.
think he's a great guy. Okay.
He is a good guy. He's a good guy, a very upstanding young man.
Mm-hmm. And his mother is class act. Love
Gives
her.
me a toothache. She's so sweet.
I know. She is so sweet. Okay. Tuesday, April 7th is the Battlehawks and the Renegades. Oh, and that's in Dallas.
I'm gonna go with the Battlehawks on this one.
You She did that on purpose.
Yeah,
She
I
did
did.
that on purpose.
I totally did. I totally did.
She did it on purpose. You know what? I'm not mad at it. I am putting Renegades down. Yes, I am. I am putting them down because listen. You can still be a fan of the team and be a fan of the league, right? But what I'm saying is, after week one's performance going into week two, if I had to differentiate the two and the performance that was on the field from week one, I would have to say the Renegades will win. That is me. Oh, you hush, you hush it.
Yeah, I got a feeling the gamblers are getting ready to put those bronies and ponies out to pasture. You know the
Bronies
bronies.
and pony.
You know the bronies, right? The My Little Ponies,
Yes,
the
I know.
fans, they call themselves bronies.
Yes. I know. Yes, I know.
It's all in good fun, though, all in good fun. And if there are any traveling Stallions fans out there and they want to come hang out, the casino tailgate is always happy to host all of the traveling Stallions. Feel free to
Ooh.
come by, say hi, grab a nice, tasty treat or a cool beverage, and hang out and enjoy some of the tailgating action that is the casino tailgate.
I
We
have to
always
say, with all due respect, after watching week one, Rapoli outdid himself. I think that he did an amazing job. I'm excited to see what comes from here. Um, the only thing that makes me nervous is that, we had the big halftime shows and that's great. But then thereafter, I'm not going to say whether we will or we won't have anything because no one knows. That's the exciting part about it.
right.
But sometimes it's nice to not know and
Yeah.
have something just pop up. I did notice they have cheerleaders this year. That was a new addition. Loved the outfits. I thought they were very tasteful, very cute, classy, very, very cute. I liked it.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I saw the Renegades. I thought more basketball esque dancers than like traditional rah rah cheerleaders. But maybe
Mhm.
it's because they had on, the spandex leggings with the top, and they were doing dance routines. I
Mhm.
mean, it wasn't like traditional cheerleading. Looking forward to seeing what, if anything, the gamblers have. And I also hear that mascots could be on the horizon soon. I saw the Kings had a mascot. I
Mhm.
know the
Storm
Renegades.
had one.
Yeah, the Storm had one. So we're getting ready to see who the latest mascot addition is to the UFL, and
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be surprised if not Orlando, Columbus, the Aviators, don't start trying to throw out some Top Gun themes and have some guys in some flight suits showing up and showing out for some super fandom fun.
I
But
have
yeah, I think
I
it'll be an
have seen
exciting week
those.
too.
I have seen those at Dungeon and all those
Yeah.
places. They are quite cute. I don't know.
I'm
Just
wondering
saying.
what the Storm is going to have for super fans. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Mhm.
So I think it'll be
I just
worthwhile.
I don't know, that purple and orange, it's working for me. It's working.
It's always been a great combination. Just ask the Phoenix Suns in the NBA.
Mhm. Or the Lakers.
Or the Lakers was purple and yellow.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. The Suns was
I
purple
gotta
and
work on that. I don't watch basketball, girl. The last time I watched basketball was I watched March Madness. Yes, I did. Because I love Iowa Hawkeyes. And kudos to the men's Iowa Hawkeyes basketball team for also putting Nebraska in their place. Yes, they did.
I don't know.
But then they got thrown out by Illinois.
The one that I loved was the buzzer beater for 3 points that UConn threw up. Did you see Homeboy's mom?
Who?
I can't say exactly what she said, but if you can read the lips, guys, like she was so ecstatic. Dude,
Oh my.
I was in my feels for her. I was like, yeah, rock on, mama. Keep going
Mm-hmm.
with it. I love the support and the enthusiasm. It was amazing. It was amazing. She was stunned, absolutely stunned. It was so cool to see. I loved it. I loved it.
And also, if you guys have not seen, St. Louis Slam just got their rings given to
Yes.
them this last weekend. And if you've not seen their ring, you need to check it out. I did
Right?
put a post on our page, so definitely take a look at it. Are they going to go for 7? We shall see. I know their
Sure.
first game is April
Feeling
25th.
they're gonna fill
You
up
get
both hands. I really do. The way this dynasty is going, it's phenomenal. I don't know what their program is, but maybe they can give some tips to some of these UFL players and show them how it's done.
Mm.
Yeah, I said it.
Well, I know if they're beasts like Stephanie Jackson is, that warrior woman.
Right?
She put them in a few spots, that's for sure.
Other football news that we've got going on. We are now officially 55 days away from COFL
Mm-hmm.
and their season opener. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
it's just in time, man. The end of spring football, the beginning of summer football. It's like right there. June 4th. If you folks have not checked out COFLfootball.com, I urge you to go.
Mm-hmm.
Continental football is making their mark with summertime football. Tickets are still on sale. Go grab your tickets. Game
Great
and season
talent.
starts June 4th. It's
Yes.
amazing football. Go check it out.
A lot of you know the great Hal Mummy. We will be having him and his wife on our show too soon
Yep.
also. So that'll be really exciting to have, you know, both perspectives in there for sure. And we will definitely be having some coaches and other staff from COFL on also soon too. So
Yeah.
that's very
Now
exciting. But huh?
remember the networks that all of the teams, you're going to have 4 different networks to look at for week 2. You've got Fox, you've got ESPN, you've got NFL Network, and then you got FSN1. So make sure that you're
Mm-hmm.
checking it out. All the games are 8 p.m. Eastern time, except for Easter Sunday game is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern time on NFL Network. So be sure to check it out.
I do like that. That is a good move. I do like the fact that it is later. That
Yeah,
is a kudos.
it gives everybody the opportunity to check, to do their Easter family fun stuff, and then check out the game. After you finish hunting the eggs and the kids are chomping into their Easter candy in their baskets,
Speaking
everybody
of
just
kudos,
settle down.
what is wrong with me? I make these amazing things for us for our show, and you know,
I couldn't tell
just
you.
didn't put them out. So
Couldn't tell
I'm just
you.
gonna share them real quick. But
You're supposed to be me, really?
well, your tongue was out. So listen, these are not. This is my first. Let me just have my moment here. This is my first time really like getting into this a little bit more. So
Right,
I was
right.
having fun making them.
I'm
So
not. They're cute, super cute.
yeah. Yeah. Do you
With
want to
that,
do your inspirational
I
quote?
was getting ready to
Quote.
say that's
Man, I
our
keep
last thing to
fumbling
do,
today.
huh? Is the inspirational quote of the day
Mm-hmm.
by
You go.
one of my idols growing up. Said this about football:
Mm-hmm.
the enemy of the best is the good. If you're always settling with the good, you're never going to be the best. Jerry Rice,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he is the GOAT, baby.
Yeah, he is. He is.
What's your motivational quote?
Mine is Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo.
Hey, I like that one. It's
Mm-hmm.
temporary, baby.
Temporary.
Temporary. Get up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. Keep moving. Push forward for the
Yep.
best. Not just the good, but the best.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. And with that being said, everybody, I want to wish, and Amber wants to wish everyone a very happy, blessed, filled Easter on Sunday. So much to be grateful for, of course, but nothing more than the good Lord that we wouldn't
And
be here
even
today
before
without him.
Easter, we've got Good Friday is happening in
Yes.
48 hours. So
Yes.
y'all have a wonderful Good Friday. And tonight, for all of you wonderful stargazers, tonight is the first full moon of spring, known as the pink moon,
Amen.
referencing abundance and multiplication of the spring solstice. So it's
Mhm.
referencing the fertility of everything woman and feminine out there in the world, including Mother Earth. So be sure to check out the beautiful bright pink full moon. And if you are able to take a picture, post it on our social, and
If
we'll.
it's going to be cloudy, will it make the clouds pink?
It's supposed to give off a pink hue. Now, depending on where
Mm.
you're located and the light pollution and all of that happy jazz, couldn't tell you. But if you do catch a nice pink full moon, share it. We'd love to see it, as well as all of the wonderful family Easter fun pictures that you guys come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Share those out. And the
Mm-hmm.
Casino Tailgate will be hosting Warrior Wishes, as well as any traveling Birmingham Stallions fans that are coming for the game.
That's awesome. Very cool. I'll have to put you in touch with somebody just in case.
All
Okay.
right. All
With
right.
that being said, everybody have a blessed Easter, and we will see you right here on our page next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Until then, bye.